I apologize. I haven't had really much time to make videos, being that it's the holidays. And of course, I got a lot of other things going on with work and whatnot, family. And the post that I do, of course, it takes me maybe 30 seconds to do the post. But I wanted to do this video because Sister Kayla brought up a really good point. I know I sometimes joke and say I've probably forgotten more than most Bible scholars will ever learn. And it's probably very true, unfortunately. And I don't mean to do that to sound condescending, but it just is because I've spent a lifetime in study. Understand that. So, what Sister Kayla asked, she asked about the demon, and it's pronounced two separate ways. Some people pronounce it Belial, but it was actually pronounced Belial in ancient days. A lot of people pronounce it Belial. This was a demon. It is a demon. It is a demon of lawlessness. That is its main thing. This is men who behave lawlessly. This is the demon that possesses them. But what I wanted to point out was that is not its real name. He actually has many names. One of his names in these current days is actually Scourge. He is associated to Scourge, but you could look him up. He has numerous names. He's also associated with Baal, Baal worship. So a lot of these demons have many names, but they also have a real name. Understand that they have a real name. And Catholic exorcists who perform exorcisms, one of the ways or one of the things that they have to do in order to exorcise a demon from a person is they have to know that demon's real actual name. And Catholic exorcists, they do a lot of study on this. They have access to books that most people don't in Rome. And they simply do. There's a lot of books that people simply don't have access to that certain other people do. So they study the names of these demons to learn them so that they might cast them out when they come across them. So Belial, his actual real name is see if I could pronounce it properly because it was very difficult. Matanbuchus. Trying to get that right. Like I said, I've forgotten a lot of these things, and I'm glad Sister Kayla brought this up. So this demon is associated to a lot of lawlessness, but in Sister Kayla bringing this up, it allows me to point to things that many people don't know about, and I'm going to point to, I think it's Matthew 12:17, if memory serves me correct. Jesus himself said that he had come to fulfill the words of the prophet Isaiah. Now, Isaiah talks about a sacrifice coming in the book that you get that's in the Old Testament, the Bible. But there was also another work that Isaiah produced that most people don't know about. And this is a good resource. That's why I'm glad Sister Kayla brought this up. It's a good resource video. So that other book, is called The Ascension of Isaiah. That's what that book is called. And it was at one point, and really should still be accredited, because Saint Jerome, who turned the Greek translation of the Bible into English, that was Saint Jerome that did that. He wrote the Biblia Vulgata is what it's called. That's what Saint Jerome's work did. He produced the Biblia Vulgata, which is now known as the English translation of the Bible. So Saint Jerome did many works other than just retranslate the Bible. He wrote many things, and he gives reverence to the book, The Ascension of Isaiah. that it was a known thing in his time, had been known and respected doctrine in those days. So that gives credence to its uh, to the fact that even ancient priests of medieval times and even before looked to the ascension of Isaiah. But also, there is another book that is called the Secret Book of John, and referring to John of Patmos. Of course, John of Patmos wrote the book of Revelation, but he also wrote other things. You know, these people didn't just write one or two books, they wrote other things. They had a lifetime of work also. So that is another book you can go to read and learn about Belial and what it's written. Now, the reason Jesus said he had come to fulfill the words of the prophet Isaiah, he was actually more so referring to that book, the Ascension of Isaiah, because that book actually gives a much, much better detail of who they were looking for. It really shows that Jesus he was the Messiah, he had come in the flesh. So that's the credible thing behind the ascension. It really gives you a lot more understanding and a better appreciation for the Bible. Where Isaiah mentions Belial in that book, is Belial actually influenced, that demon influenced a false prophet. And I can't remember the guy's name. It starts with a B, is all I can remember offhand. But he influenced a false prophet to falsely accuse Isaiah of treason, the prophet Isaiah of treason, so that he would be uh, killed. Basically, that's how Isaiah ended up getting killed. That's the backstory. The prophet Isaiah was falsely accused of treason by the demon influenced false prophet of that generation. So that's a little backstory I think you'll find interesting. So there's the ascension of Isaiah, the secret book of John, but also mentioned in the Lesser Key of Solomon, which was another credible book. The Lesser Key of Solomon, Solomon goes into great detail about that demon and many other demons. Many other demons. So that's just, again, I don't have a lot of time during the holidays, and I apologize for that. But I think that will help you, and I know you'll have a much greater appreciation for the Bible and Jesus Christ by reading those books, especially the Ascension of Isaiah. I loved reading that book. It's really good. Really, really gives you appreciation for Scripture of the Bible. And again, you know, I try to lead you to things that I know will help you in many ways. The Ascension of Isaiah, the Secret Book of John, and the Lesser Key of Solomon. But again, Belial is mentioned all throughout Scripture. It just doesn't really elaborate on him as much as the books that I've referred you to do. The ones I referred you to really gives you a better understanding of certain demons and how they operate and the things that they've caused, the problems that they've caused all throughout histories, including with God's prophets. False prophets will always cause problems. Again, Belial tricked a false prophet into accusing Isaiah of treason, and that is how the prophet Isaiah was killed. Y'all share this. God bless.